Just as a heads up, this trailer might be a tad violent. I took a quick little quick see at the very beginning of it, and I was like, all right, that's violent.
I got a funny feeling. I got a funny feeling. Yeah.
Hello people, I'm Jaby Koay, joined by ACHARA KIRK.
What's up?
We're looking at a Canada trailer. This is called Hero with Rishab, Shetty, Ganavi, Laxman, Pramod, Shetty, Manjunath, Gowda, and Bharat Raj, as well as Ajanish Loknath. This is directed by M. Bharat Raj. So, whoops, I thought that was one of the stars of the movie.
But that looks so nice.
ಸ್ವರ್ಣ ದೋಕುಳಿಯಲ್ಲಿರುವ ಲಂಕೆ ಇದು ಚಕ್ರಾಧಿಪತಿ ರಾವಣನ ವೈಭೋಗದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು
Alright.
ಕರ್ಮ ಮಾರ್ಗದಿ ಕ್ರೌರ್ಯ ಕೃತಿ ಎನಿಸಿ ನಮಗೆ
Damn, he's doing like a Van Damme torture on the dude.
Wow.
ಮಾಡುವೆವು ಬಹುನಿಷ್ಠೆಯಾಗಿ ಕಟು ಸತ್ಯ ನಿಜವಾಗಿ ಶಂಕೆಯೋಡು ಶಂಕಿಸಿ
I'm digging that music.
ಶಿರವ
Yeah.
ಛೇದಿಸಿ ತೀರುವೆವು ಕಡಿದ ಪಾಪದೊಳು
Oh God.
ನೆತ್ತರೊಳಗಿನ ಬಿಸಿಯು ಮೈಸೋಕಿದೊಡೆ ನಮಗಸಿರು ಸ್ವರ್ಣ ದೋಕುಳಿಯಲ್ಲಿರುವ ಲಂಕೆ ಇದು ಚಕ್ರಾಧಿಪತಿ ರಾವಣನ ವೈಭೋಗದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು
Oh my.
They seem like some bad dudes.
Yeah. Hold on. Okay, here comes the hero. I was like, who are we supposed to root for?
They just set up this like really dark situation and they got...
Do they know each other from before? Oh.
No, he's just got an aura about him. Oh. Okay. You didn't see Mirzapur, season 1.
Girl, I don't think that's a good idea. Do you know? Do you know which dude you're dealing with? Cause I know. Oh damn.
This is like a Gone vibe.
I like the music. Oh God. Oh jeez. Oh jeez.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Ooh. Oh, that was interesting. I mean, whoa. She's gorgeous, by the way.
Oh, damn. Someone watched a lot of Tarantino films and Ip Man.
Oh. Is someone gonna get her revenge?
ನೀನ್ ಬಂದಿರೋ ಕೆಲಸ ಇನ್ನೂ ಮುಗ್ದಿಲ್ವಾ
Why?
No, she's faking it.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
No, it's being faked. They're faking it so
that they can
get
run away?
Yeah, I think that's what that's about.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do the thing that some of my audience doesn't like. One of two things, I talk about an ex-girlfriend or I compare it to American films. I'm sure that there are Indian film influences for this director. Okay, let me put that out there first. But there's obviously a Tarantino inspiration going on here, right down to the font and just the overall vibe of it.
Right.
I'm liking it a lot.
Yeah.
I think it's fantastic. And the was two things come to mind is Ip Man and I. I is the one with a super famous actor in South India. Who was
Chayan Vikram?
Chayan Vikram, like he's super versatile and whatnot.
Yeah.
In I, there was a fight scene where he was like hooded for a while.
Yeah.
And I remember them doing that kind of thing in that fight scene. Those two things come to mind. But overall, I mean, I like the vibe of it because this is a great setup because you've established that you got all these heinous people in this particular area, all run by this one particular guy. It's someone you definitely don't want to be messing with. You don't want to be caught on the wrong side of his gun, right? And so they've made that abundantly clear at the beginning. And then in walks this guy who chuckles, and he's like into this broad. and he just gets roped into the middle of this whole thing. It feels almost classical in a way because that guy comes in and he sees the damsel in distress and he wants to save her.
The hero.
He's the hero, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, but she is not necessarily a pushover herself. You know, you can't be a woman in that environment and be, you know, a pansy. In my opinion.
Well, you might be in the beginning, but you gotta learn real fast.
You get hardened up.
You get hard really quickly.
I've been around, I think I dated a girl who's like that, and so yeah, I'm not gonna.
Whoa.
Yes, she definitely sort of grew up and not grew up, but spent a lot of time around some questionable characters. So she had some questionable behavior herself.
Okay.
And anyway, I'll just leave it at that. And all I'm saying is when you're a woman in that environment with all that bravado, for lack of a better word, you end up toughening up yourself out of necessity. You know, how would you survive otherwise?
For sure.
And then he comes in to save the day, and he's the complete antithesis of everything else she's encountered in the last 5 years or whatever. He's already got a likable disposition. It's complemented by the music.
The music was great,
you know,
in this trailer.
His behavior, his mannerism, just his disposition is very obvious. He's not cut from the same cloth.
Well, he seems
as
very
these guys.
affable at first. And
Right.
I was a little bit confused in the beginning because of the way they were shooting it and the way they portrayed the main villain in the very beginning of the trailer. I was like, hold on, are we supposed to be rooting for him as an anti-hero? Because right now he's not exhibiting any hero qualities, and I'm very confused by the title of the trailer and the way they're portraying this dude. But the minute they show our hero for the first time, I was like, okay, I get it. I feel safe now that this guy is coming into the scene, because I was very worried at the beginning of the trailer that this was some sort of weird anti-hero movie that I wasn't gonna enjoy. But now I'm like, okay, I'm cool.
I got that feeling a little bit as well when I was watching it, because up until they showed him, I was thinking to myself, why am I watching this?
Yeah,
Why would
exactly.
I watch this movie?
He seems awful and he beats women.
Right. And so there was no reason to root for him. I'm like, there has to be some kind of silver lining here. And then they showed you the guy. I'm like, okay, no, it makes sense. 'Cause they're really emphasizing how bad these people are. But I think they did a really good job of that. And the way it was shot and everything like that was really cool. I think they did a very, very good job of really making abundantly clear just how heinous these individuals are. I was getting scared watching them. I'm like, these are people I don't want, I wouldn't want to mess with or even have a conversation with. And to be this dude who I feel like, at least in his introduction, he seems very relatable. Like he's sort of figuring out where to go.
Yeah.
And he walks into this environment and it's like, you feel like you're that guy, But then what he does in that circumstance, it's like you wish you could do.
Exactly.
So you live vicariously through this individual.
He's just close enough to you that you're like, I could be you, but you're me on the best day of my life ever.
Right.
If I was that badass, I would be you.
Yeah.
But I liked all of the stuff, it felt really exciting with the chase. I loved how they were running away and you got that sense of urgency and danger of running into the woods, and the way they shot that. And, she's all dressed up in not even nice clothes, she looks like she's wearing a man's shirt and she's just trying to run away. And it's like, oh no, just let the lovers run away. But there's so much going on there. And that very last thing where he cut her throat and you said, he was probably, just pretending. How do you pretend that though?
Somehow, makeup. I don't know. I did a short film once where a girl had to cut her own throat open, and it looked real, except for the part where you could see the tube with that the red stuff would run through. But there's ways to fake it, is the easiest way to put it. The music is really stand out to me. I really, really, really enjoyed the music in this. Hopefully it doesn't get this video copyright claimed, but I super enjoyed just the overall aesthetic of it. The violence is a bit much for me, but I get why they're doing it. They're trying to emphasize just how bad these people are.
Yeah.
And so the violence is being used as a method to really impress upon you that these people are villainous.
I think that they actually cut it together in the trailer really well, where you got the sense of the violence, but you didn't necessarily have to see things connect or exactly what
Okay.
happened because your imagination can fill in the blanks. But what I wonder is, did they cut it that way just for the trailer because of YouTube and YouTube rules and stuff
They were
like that?
showing a lot of stuff. If it's for YouTube, we can't show all of that. We can't show the girl getting her throat
Yeah,
cut and
I
all
know.
that stuff. So I don't think YouTube is why of anything.
But I'm just wondering if like that is actually how it's going to be in the movie, or if when you go watch the movie, you're going to actually see like a bat connect with someone's head,
guess,
or
you
you
know,
know, things being cut open. And
Cheaper not to
whatnot.
show it, but
Yeah.
and it's also probably more, mentally effective on the
I
viewer.
think so.
But the last thing I wanted to say is what has me most curious is if they're doing the John McClane effect, as I like to call it, which is, they're running and they jumped into that little ditch.
Yeah.
And then like something exploded and fire hit them.
Oh yeah, and his leg
yeah.
caught on fire too.
I really liked that because, I have no idea how it's gonna play out, obviously, not having watched the film. But what it says to me is that these characters are vulnerable. And that is the greatest thing,
Yeah.
is when your hero is vulnerable, that he can get hurt, that he does get hurt, but still makes it to the end anyway. So I'm excited for this. I can't remember who recommended this to me. It was someone on Instagram or Twitter recommended this to me. I apologize for not remembering your name, but I'm glad that I took a chance with it because I really, really like this trailer. So you guys, let me know your feelings in the comments below. Check out ACHARA KIRK on the social media as well as her YouTube channel. Hopefully I can get through this outro. As well as her YouTube channel, youtube.com/ACHARA, and subscribe, hit that bell icon, all notifications. I'm Jaby Koay. This is
ACHARA KIRK.
Peace out.